Companies, from small to large, can only achieve their operations strategy with competent, motivated people. Many organizations have demonstrated that competitive advantage in operations can be built through a good human resource strategy. At the Hard Rock Cafe, part of their mission is to offer the Hard Rock family a fun, healthy, and nurturing work environment to ensure the company's long-term success. Employees at the Hard Rock Cafe play a key role in this mission. They must create a dining experience that is authentic and memorable for today's experience economy. As Jim Knight, manager of corporate training, knows, that experience is sort of like the employees themselves.
Yeah, I think when you start really looking at the types of people that we want to bring on board, it's kind of cool because you have sort of a catch-22 here where you really want bright, attractive, personable, self-motivated types of professionals. But then on the other hand, you're also looking for something different. I think people look for that when they go to the Hard Rock. So you do want the reverent, kind of impatient, visual-oriented, long-haired, tattooed, body-pierced freaks. And if you can combine the two and you can get a really good product, you're really talking about somebody who can make a difference.
Hard Rock has a pretty unique culture and work environment, which may explain why turnover of hourly employees is half the industry norm.
Turnover is pretty low in our company compared to the rest of the industry. I don't think there's a silver bullet. I think it's a combination of a lot of things. You could probably start really just collectively listing the cool benefits that we have. You get to hang out and listen to rock and roll music. You get to look the way you want to, again, because we embrace that individuality. We have a great benefits package for staff level, which is pretty uncommon, even in the restaurant industry. I think selfishly, we've got some pretty good basic standards for training, and I think people really recognize that and want to stick around. Some great growth potential, internal promotions. And then if you can make it to 10 years, you get a Rolex watch. So that's usually, once you get past a couple years here, you start really looking toward that as being a cool reason to stick around.
Hard Rock has an employee bill of rights that helps promote a climate of a reasonable quality of work life with mutual commitment and trust. They also have a policy of hiring best qualified, not just best available.
When you look at the unemployment rate nationwide, and then you throw in the fact that there are a ton of places that you could go in the industry to work, people can pretty much get a job anywhere. I think when you start looking at quickly filling the position, that you're just putting a body into the place, I think you're really maybe looking at a very short-term thinking. You want some long-term results. If you really want to spend the quality time to find somebody who is truly qualified and you can validate it as opposed to just doing the let's plug in the hole, I think you'll come out a lot better and you're going to find that it'll show in the results. So best qualified is certainly that we do, and we can afford to do that. There's a long line for people waiting to get inside the Hard Rock, and we can take our time here to selectively pick people.
Once the right employee is found, it's off to class. Every employee, from the kitchen to management, takes training.
We do an entry-level management course called Rock 101, which is pretty exciting. If you go to it, I think most companies are doing a corporate university type of thing, and I don't think we're any different in some of the things that we teach there. We do some technical, skill-driven classes, how to coach and develop people, how to handle sexual harassment complaint, how to live our mission and values and go out and teach other people how to do that. Those are types of things I think you'll see in a lot of conferences. But we also do some really good personal development. We've used in the past the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People from the Stephen Covey organization. And when you take the personal development and the professional development and you mix that together, you're bringing in people from around the world and they spend time together. It's pretty cool when on top of that you also sort of flavor it with a heavy dose of rock and roll. It's a pretty special conference.
Company training is very specific. In addition to classes, employees learn from proprietary, job-oriented, interactive CDs covering topics such as service that rocks, respect, memorabilia, and Hard Rock's history, mission, and values. Welcome to the show. The training is so exceptional that Hard Rock has won a number of awards for its quality. But training is only one key part. Building a sense of community and team is another. The Hard Rock Cafe regularly sponsors events for charitable causes, such as the AIDS Foundation. Its employees are encouraged to get involved in their communities. And the company's employees have committed hours of volunteer time to charities such as Give Kids the World. Human resources strategies can be expensive, difficult to achieve, and hard to sustain. But as we've seen at Hard Rock Cafe, effective training and treating employees as unique individuals is not only good for business, it definitely rocks.
With the way human resources and training has been positioned, which is really a support center for the people in the field, I think in that way we've really become a strategic partner. It kind of reminds me of the Beatles lyrics, I get by with a little help from my friends.